Hello everyone and welcome to the VTuber tracc.eu challenge. season 25-3. This is the first round. We are at Spa-Francorchamps. And what a season it is going to be. Of course, this is the first round. Welcome everyone who is here at the moment. This is going to be a great season because it will be a throwback to, well, the first ACC season we have ever done here at tracc.eu, back when it was still called the Intercontinental VTuber Championship. But yeah, it is going to be that first ACC season, but in reverse in terms of the circuit. So, Spa was the final round for that time, and now it's the first round. My name is Julian Strasser, but I'm not alone in here. I'm together commentating with Song KP. How are you doing, Song? Absolutely. And yes, there are also going to be a few other differences this season. Since this, well, we have done a vote with the VTubers in which they said they would rather go to a different sim than ACC. So we thought, how would we give ACC a great send-off?
By doing a throwback.
The idea was, yes, exactly, the throwback. That is already what I said earlier, but that is not all. As you might be able to tell, or might have been able to tell, we also have some less strict rules this time around, just for this season of Vtracc. So for starters, this is the one that you will not have been able to see so far. The VTubers are able to change their cars as many times as they want. That's the first one. And the second one you will be able to see right now because, hang on a minute, what is with that number there? That 22 does not look very Kunos confirm. It isn't. It is a completely custom livery. Beautiful livery, by the way, here for Eric Gregg is driving for Technoburst. This season only, everyone is allowed to have full expression of freedom with their liveries, as you can also here see with Amethyst VTube. That is a beautiful Porsche. But yeah, these people will have a lot of freedom on their hands in terms of what they can do with these liveries. And that we also have quite a few returnees from previous seasons. Tars the 14th here, for example, returned for a couple of races last season around, but back again in full force this season once again. We're in 2/3 through the qualifying session right now. Tars the 14th is currently in 15th position, needs to improve a tiny bit in order to make it up to the on-brand one. Will we see that? Not at this moment.
I'm sorry, by the way, if the livery's not showing up because I downloaded them and it doesn't show up, so.
Yeah, there might be some technical issues sometimes, but those are just the gremlins we have learned to, well, not really love, but tolerate, sort of, over the years. Spaghetti engineering at its finest, and I only say that with love because I love pasta.
Ubitia though.
Yeah.
Big improvement from last season's pace, now P4 overall.
Exactly. Ubitia is currently seeming to really get ahead of the curve right now. Up on there with Ryoma Kirihara and Isaac Umbris, roughly. Really strong improvement. As we switch over to Ryoma Kirihara, who is the teammate of Ubitia, it seems, for Oreo Racing.
Oh, really? Ryoma now drives for Oreo, I didn't know that.
Well, I just read it from the bottom right, where it says Oreo here.
Yeah.
Obviously, we saw the big Oreo livery on the pizza here, so it's gonna be interesting to see if they're gonna help each other. I mean, they have the pace to be roughly on the same part of the circuit during the same time.
Los Galusto having a 5:10 improvement right now. Let's see what time they can put in.
Oh yeah, it's just one more corner, quote-unquote corner left to go. It is the bus stop chicane. Let's take a look. Much of time can be gained, but also lost here. Let's take a look. A bit of time loss on the exit, it seems. Still 4/10 up on their time. Will this be enough for an
That's the same time as Su Akihara. Oh no!
Wow. They are literally the same skill level. Amazing. But also on brand, Kenneth Loskelust, P11, number 11. Beautiful. Take a hint, Charles the 14th. Come on, you can do this. Just 2 positions up. But we just saw Isaac Umbers also improve on his time, I guess, a time ago. But now he's also looking up. 1.5 tenths up on his time, but coming up into a flowing section here. Loads of corners where momentum matters at this part of Spa-Francorchamps.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting to see whether he can carry that.
Yeah, you really need momentum through the double left-hander, as they call it. Or alternatively, Puan.
Double gauche. Puan. Exactly. A bunch of names, most of them are French. So please excuse us if we mispronounce them. Neither of our first languages or second languages, in fact, is French. Yeah, Isaac Umber is still 3 tenths up on his time as we go back to Los Galust right now, who is 4 tenths up on his time. That is impressive. But Isaac Umbers is also challenging right now for P4 of Ubica. Coming into the bus stop chicane, as I said before, much time can be gained, but also lost through here. Let's take a look. Much time gained in the middle, but the exit is not as strong. Is it still going to be enough? Or just behind Ubica into P5?
15 thousandths of a second.
But I think also Ruben Nekomata just improved slightly on the last lap as well.
Yep. To 17.2.
So very strong. Very strong from the returning driver as well.
Very strong. I just heard that as very strong. I don't know why.
It would be very strong if Ruby was right now about P7, yes.
but Los Galust improving to P9.
Wow, Kenneth really as well showing up very strongly. Last season, I don't remember them being this quick. Also, I quickly have to mention, all of the numbers are red right now, meaning there are technically no pace splits added at the moment. That has been done thoughtfully. That means today we're not going to race in Pro Silver Am splits. But that will come later in the season.
Midnight Hurricane.
Midnight Hurricane. Who's 4 tenths up in her time.
Oh, but there's traffic ahead. There's traffic ahead. In the form of a BMW M4? M6? That is Biggie.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Biggie's blinking, I think. A little bit. But yes, that's an M6. Oh, Midnight Hurricane! Losing it! Losing all the time she gained. Oh, no.
So unfortunate. Yes, that will not do good for Midnight Hurricane's aspirations. Of course, wanted to have a nice last race today. They are not planning to partake in any further races coming up.
Zul,
though,
8 tenths up.
We'll have to see where Zul can place himself.
P9.
Absolutely beautiful. Right ahead of Kenneth Loskelus.
In the Lexus as well, taking that place away from Kenneth Loskelus. Very, very nice.
And also very close to Biggie Hugs' M6.
Oh, that's 5,000. Yep, 5,000 away from Biggie Hugs.
So yeah, quite a lot of drivers right now in the pits. People are getting laps in. But Ometto almost challenging for the lead. 3 tenths up on the time right now. 3 tenths is all she needs. Losing a bit on the exit, but it's not enough. Lost too much on the exit there. 17 thousandths down on Ruby Nekomata now.
Oh, are we going to see an actual reenactment of last season's round 2 at the Nordschleife. Oh god.
We will have to see what happens there. What we can say for now is that Ometom and Ruby Nekomata are both on top of their game right now. 2:17.2. That is a beautiful time for these drivers to do. They are, well, they are not professional drivers. Ruby Nekomata has participated in esports events previously. But yeah, we're now on board with Charles the 14th, who looks to improve on his time. That can give him 1 or 2 positions. Not quite.
Oh, I think that was invalid. I think that was invalid.
Yeah, in any case, there will be a few more options for Charles the 14th. And also, look at that kerfuffle around him. There's so many drivers with about the same time. The midfield is going to be very much full of strong battles.
Oh, Zoo here though, about 4/10 up right now. Looking to actually overtake Biggie Hugs, but then there's gonna be a big gap to Electroshock. Oh, that Ferrari jumping out the way there, and Zool now has 7/10 up. Definitely going to overtake Biggie Hugs with this one. 9/10.
And now on the... Oh, wow, we'll have to see the exit. The exit was beautiful. There's going to be almost a second improvement there for Zula Kihara, putting him safely and handsomely into P8.
That was almost
only
4/18
down from Electroshock.
Yep, almost a
Yeah.
2/18 too. Great job from Zool. Well,
There's a better lap time than I could do.
Well, Zool also won his first Pro Class race last season, so that's one thing as well. Zool is very rapidly improving.
Absolutely. We have some very strong contenders participating this season. And of course, we don't even see them all today. There are quite a few people who unfortunately cannot participate today. Returnees like Akito Asasagawa or Reska Kyoso will show up later in the season. Of course, stalwart names from earlier seasons. But for now, let us take a look at Ryoma Kirihara.
A little bit of an improvement, but not really. We'll see how they do the bus stop.
Yeah, there's still much more time to be spent. There's not so much time that has to be caught up by Ryoma Kirihara to overtake Isaac Umbris and Haxalotl Ubica. It's only 2/10s that need to be improved, and that can be done through a large chicane, and that is a good exit. Will it be good enough for a move up the ranks?
No!
Not quite. Slight improvement, though.
Not quite. Midnight Hurricane is 4/10s up, though. But I don't think that's going to be enough for any position, but that's still into the 2/17s.
Oh boy, yeah, that is a threshold that some of these drivers will want to crack today. Midnight Hurricane, one of them. Let's take a look. Last corner, will it be enough? That is a good exit, it seems. It's going to be a 2:17. Will it be enough to go for any challenge? No, but it is still 2:70.67. Beautiful lap time by Midnight Hurricane. Not far off of Ometom and Ruby Nekomata.
Biggie Hugs in the Biggie M6. Oh, there's an NXX there. Oh, and oh, what the? Oh my God, what has happened there?
There seems to have been a contact between Biggie Hugs, and that was a Porsche. I think that was Kenneth Loskelos?
No, that was a Mustang of sorts.
Was that a Mustang? Oh, wow.
That was a Porsche. I believe that was G-Fox? Where is G-Fox on here? Here. No, that's not G-Fox.
Oh, no, it was the Ford Mustang. It was the number 20 of...
oh, that was a Mustang.
I forgot how to pronounce the name. Kian Fry, right, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see that right now. They have not set a lap so far.
Yeah, not having been able to get a valid lap down so far. We have 8 more minutes. There's plenty of time for another.
Loskelos. 3/10 up. Yep. Takes the 9th place from Biggie Hugs.
It seems like Kenneth is völlig losgelöst. Von der Erde, yeah, that is a German reference, well, an Austrian reference technically from an Austrian song. If you know it, you get a cookie from me, and I'm not even talking about the digital kind. Anyways, we're on with Midnight Hurricane now. Who is up on their time? Look at that, 3/10 up right now. Midnight Hurricane really bringing the challenge to Ruben Nekumata and Omet Ohm, but there's still a couple more corners left to go.
Yep. Still a couple more corners.
That was beautiful. That was pretty safe. Let's take a look into the bus stop chicane. Good on the brakes. Oh, that looks like a good line. We'll have to see the exit. Oh, that is going to be beautiful. Is it going to be enough for P1? So close.
Oh, there's less than 500 between P1 and P3. Oh my god.
That is an amazing showing by the top three here. Not only are they leaving Haxalot, Lobita, and P4 in the dust over a second down, but they're only within 500ths of one another. Beautiful. Haxalot, Lobita looking to be the best of the rest today as it stands. But there's still more time left in this qualifying session, and Ubita is currently about equal with their best time. Losing a bit now because they are stuck behind a Mercedes.
That looks to be EJ, Savage EJ.
Ah, naughty there, overtaking in qualifying. It seems that EJ was on a valid lap still. Ay.
Ooh.
Interestingly, I'm looking at the best split times right now as we look at Ubi Diaz, who
lost all that time gain.
Lost a bit of time, exactly. And the best sectors currently, best sector 1 and 2 are for Omet Ohm. Only best sector 3 is for Ruby Nekumata right now. So it looks like, oh, well, but they're so close still. But it looks like the best sector 2 is quite a lot better for Omet Ohm. So in the fast and flowing downhill sections is maybe where Omet Ohm can catch up to Ruben Nekumata and maybe even take the lead in the race. We still have about 6 minutes left in the quali though, so there's still time to be gained and lost.
Listen to that V10.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is a nice sounding engine, if I've ever heard one.
You know what else has a V10? The rider. Yes, the rider's here. Not on track, but the rider's here.
Ivano, one of our most longest standing drivers in Vtracc at this point, or in VTuber racing at this point, I dare say, is here with the writer. That is very worth of mentioning. Beautiful to see that thing still be used, the writer Gallardo in the Wild Things livery.
Midnight Hurricane currently has an improvement though. Through La Source. Just one tiny little 10, but that 1/10 can make all the difference in the world.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. La Source, is because it's so slow, there can be time saved or lost quite easily there with a little bit of a better line, a little bit better of braking and accelerating. It really depends on keeping it as well through the rest of the circuit. You shouldn't really trust it when you have a green delta after the first corner and be hyped by it too much, because you might get disappointed down the line. That was a bit sketchy, flirting there with the track limits. I don't think it was over though. Midnight Hurricane still looking up though on time right now, almost halfway through the circuit already. going into the downhill section right now. Midnight Hurricane still 1.5 tenths up on that time. As we go through double gauche. And that looks like a beautiful line. Well taken, 2 tenths up on that time right now. Midnight Hurricane really looking to upend the top of the leaderboards. It's not like Ruben Ekumato or Mats Olma currently posing much of a challenge to their own times. Midnight Hurricane looks to be the biggest challenger right now, losing a little through these fast and flowing sections. The lap was a bit wide. Was it off circuit though? Was it invalidated? I don't know. Or Mats
It was
Olma
invalid,
currently...
I think. I think it was invalid. The blue on the map, we'll see though. Okay, that was definitely invalid.
Oh yeah, now we know for sure. Now we know for sure. That would have been a lap that could have put Midnight Hurricane 0.5 tenth up on Ruby Nekumata. That would have been beautiful, but there's one more try.
Yep, exactly one more lap. I think.
Oh, that is unfortunately timed though. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Midnight Hurricane's gonna get around for another lap again after this one. 1.5 tenths safe though right now in La Source. Now it's just a matter of keeping that for the entire lap. Oh boy, this is going to be a challenge. Good through Eau Rouge and Radion into the Camel Straits, losing well, actually staying a bit the same. Probably different shifting points this time around, but keeping the same overall.
Let's take a detour though. We have Ryoma Kirihara 3 tenths up right now. They could take P4 right now from Hexile Ubisha.
If the lap is valid, we'll have to see whether it is. Losing quite a lot of time right now, so I don't think it was a valid lap. I think it was a setup lap.
Ah.
And yeah, Midnight Hurricane in the meantime also lost her delta. We have a few drivers improving though. For example,
traffic. This traffic, that's why.
Yeah, that is Kian Fryer right up ahead, who does not have a valid lap yet, so we'll have to
Biggie Hugs,
continue
though.
with this.
6 tenths sub on that big boy M6.
Absolutely, and that is definitely posing a challenge to Kenneth Loskelist, who's also 4 tenths up on his time, but Biggie right now, 8 tenths up. Let's see on the exit of Double Gauche, and he's keeping the advantage. Oh, is he going to challenge Sula Kihara even? Through these flowing corners, really important to keep the momentum, and that is ever so hard in the older cars especially. 1 second up though on their time right now. Biggie Hugs, let's see on the exit of this. This is a very crucial exit. Oh, that was good. That was good. This is going to save him some time. Car getting around here. Come on, this next left-hander. This is going to be the final lap for Biggie Hugs. Midnight Hurricane has finished the qualifying, so he's not going to improve anymore. Biggie Hugs, though, over a second up on his best time so far. Really getting into the groove with the M6. And the last corner, let's take a look. 1.4, 1.3. Oh, that is a beautiful lap.
Biggie
Up
Hugs!
to P7.
P7, just ahead of Electroshock as well.
That was beautiful by Biggie Hugs there just in the last second. There are still a few more drivers who can improve. Sulakihara is one of them, for example. Kian Fry, I am happy to report, did get a lap in the end. But let's take a look at Sulakihara. Slightly behind his best lap previously. However, there is still more potential in the last chicane. We know the bus stop chicane. It can be a blessing, it can be a curse. Let's see if it can be a blessing for Sulakihara. He just needs 2 tenths. 2 tenths, come on!
110 up. Oh, no, not quite. Not quite.
Was briefly up in the middle of the corner, but it was not enough. Ian the Terrible might still improve, though.
Oh yeah.
We have
Ian
not
the
seen
Terrible's-
Ian the Terrible yet.
Look at
here
that very
in the-
German livery.
Yes, you're right. It is very German, which is sort of weird because Ian the Terrible is, of course, a South African driver, or driving under the South African flag at least. Well, it's going to be interesting. Anyways, 5/10 up right now, Ian the Terrible. This could put him in P20, upending Neko Kitten's rank right now. We'll have to see through the last two corners. On the exit, oh, the exit is not the best. Yeah, that's not going to be enough, I fear, to get into P20. It wasn't. So unfortunate. However, now that the qualifying session is done, we have the starting order. We start in P1 with Ruby Nekomata, followed by Omets Ohm in P2. On the second row, we have Midnight Hurricane with a strong challenge in qualifying, but not quite able to make it. Hexalotl Obita right next to Midnight Hurricane. Then we have Isaac Umbers and Ryoma Kirihara in row 3. Row 4 has the first of the old cars with Biggie Hugs in the M6 and Electroshock right next to Biggie. And we have Zul Akihara in P9 in the Lexus, followed by Kenneth Losgelöst in P10. Eric Gregg is in the Bentley. You will do well. Followed by Ravioli Hangout, who is now new here in the Vtracc grid. G-Fox Foxington in P13, followed by Amethysta VTube in P14. Now we have two Fords right next to one another. Ubi Diaz and Zero Alexander in 15 and 16. Psycho Kaiser, returnee, followed by David Gameplay here in 17 and 18. Tals the 14th has a few spots to make up to get to his signature number, but he is followed by Neko Kitten in P20. Ian the Terrible is in P21, and Steve EJ, Savage EJ, sorry, is in P22. The Writer with Ivano is in 23, and Ice Mentric Zane's in 24. Aino is in 25, also new in this series, followed by Luna Leopold. And we have Death Player Enter and Kian Fry rounding up the end of the grid.
Well, it's gonna be an absolute start to the season, I must say.
Absolutely, it is a stacked grid, 28 drivers. Luckily, we are on a circuit which is big enough to hold crowds like that. The Spa is 7 kilometers and a couple of meters long, which is huge in terms of racetrack size. Well, most of them are between like 4 and 5 kilometers long.
It is 4 meters longer than the current allowed track length for an FIA Grade 1 track.
Yet they still race there in Formula 1.
Yes, there's an exception for that. And I think Monaco?
Yeah, Monaco is too short, yes. Exactly.
But anyway,
But
yes, they are weaving around right now.
Yeah, we're doing GT3 racing here, none of that pesky Formula open wheel stuff. We can actually have contact between cars without both of them having to have millions of euros in repairs.
Well, it'd be even better with TCRs.
Oh boy. Well, who knows? Maybe we will see more of that in the future. We do have, by the way, the KCG series going on also at tracc.eu, which is a race room series where we are currently racing with the Super Tourists. In order to sign up for that and possibly more, feel free to go to our Discord, which is linked in the description, where you can then sign up for all of our races following that. You will find all of the information there. But for now, let's focus on the Vtracc. We are on the Vtracc, the virtual track, one might say.
Who do you think is going to take the lead into Le Combes? Not La Source, we're not starting there in ACC.
Exactly. Well, That is an interesting question. We will have Ruben Ekamata starting on the right side of the grid, with Omet Om starting on the left side. I mean, I do think there is a sort of an advantage for Omet Om there, who can safely, quote-unquote, take the shortcut through Radion, which would technically allow her to take the upper hand. But I do think that just the straight line speed of the M4 is going to help Ruben Ekamata to keep it in front for that first braking zone. What about you?
I think I'm a Ruben Ekamata believer. I'm a Sven believer. Ryoma Kirihara starting from the pits probably forgot to press drive.
Oh, no! Did get reset in the middle of the the warm up. Yeah. Was stationary on the grid after double gauge, and then got reset to pits. So that's gonna be an empty space.
This one thing I gotta commend though. Hexada Ubice, they were like in the middle of silver last season. Now they're P4 overall. What a huge pace improvement. Gotta be minding off camera.
Absolutely. Hexalotl Ubica, best of the rest, as we saw in the qualifying session. We'll have to see whether they can keep up with the top three of Nekomata, Orm, and Hurricane. But we are now going in double file as all of the cars are catching up. So we'll have to see. There is, of course, one mandatory pit stop in this. The mandatory pit stop includes a tire swap. And, well, a mandatory tire swap, but you can take fuel, but you should take fuel because you don't want to start the race with like 110 liters. That's going to really hamper your acceleration compared to your competitors. So, we're not starting here yet. We're still going around La Source. There's loads of time for these drivers to line up on the grid. A Psycho Kaiser is also starting from the pits now.
I just noticed it there. Anyway.
So yeah, we have two drivers starting from the pits as we are coming around the La Source, and we are starting the race very soon. Everyone is lined up in double file, and we're going to go into a very high octane first round for Vtracc season 25 V-Bar 3.
Green.
And
Past
the green,
the 14 gets a
let's
drive
drive
through.
immediately past the 14th. But in the front, it seems like Ruben Ekamata has a better start. Is immediately defending the lead from Ometo. Midnight Hurricane is in third position. Axolotl Ubica also still up there, challenging in the slipstream. May be able to go for a move at the end of the Camel Straight. Right behind, there seems to be a bit of a gap forming to Isaac Umbers, who's being attacked by Ryoma Kirihara. But it seems that Metal lost it.
Midnight Hurricane loses that as well, but but keeps the position though, barely.
Yeah, absolutely barely keeps the position. Omet again on the heels of Ruben Nekomata, but Midnight Hurricane losing the touch now to the front. Neko Kitten we see on the rear here, having been in an incident, it seems, losing quite a few positions in the beginning. Also, everyone is out of the pits now. Everyone is racing. Everyone is running once again. Hexalotl Ubica, though, so far a very good race, a very good start. Losing a bit to Midnight Hurricane, who seems to start catching up to Omet Orm and Ruben Ekamata in the front.
Oh man, this is exciting. This is very exciting.
Absolutely. We had a few great starters in the beginning. Amethysta VTube made up 4 positions. Ian the Terrible and Savage EJ also made up 4 positions, for example. And unfortunately, we also had a few losers, amongst which are the 2 which had to start from the pits. But yeah, nice start for Amethysta VTube, up into the top 10 right now.
Looks like Midnight Hurricane's lost a bit of time. These 2 at the top are stuck together though. Ruben Ekamata goes wide! Oh god! What is going on?
Oh, that is a bit of a sketchy rejoin there, right across the curb. But it seems that Ruben Ekamata has saved it, still ahead of Omet Ohm. And I think there is no way for the Audi to catch up on the straight. There is a big battle here going on between these three drivers. For P4, Haxalotl Obitsa has been caught up by Isaac Umbers and Electroshock, and there's also Biggie Hugs lurking in the background, but that is also one of the older vehicles, so might be able to catch up quite a bit on the upcoming long camel straight. Isaac Umbers losing a bit here to Haxalotl Obitsa, but is being very closely followed by Electroshock, who wants to go for the overtake, wants to go for P5, immediately tries going for it, making it side by side with Isaac Umbers. What a move! And we're coming into the braking zone. Will it be able to stick? Absolutely wonderful overtake by Electroshock, but it's not over yet. Isaac Umbers is still holding around the outside, but now it seems to be done. Isaac Umbers is now behind Electroshock, and there's Biggie Hugs right in tow.
There has been an incident here, it seems. Oh no.
Unfortunately, it seems that Ravioli Hangout has gotten the worst of an incident. Maybe it was a collision with someone else, maybe it wasn't.
But Electroshock did get the better part of Isaac Umbers and is now up into P5.
5. Yeah. Beautiful done. Electroshock as well. Started out, I think, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. But is now season. Already up. Sorry?
I believe, yeah, 2 seasons ago in 25-1.
2 seasons ago. I think so too. But yeah, Electroshock already safely up into the pro ranks here. I mean, looking at that pace, is now trying to catch up to Haxalotl Obitsa, who gained a bit of distance to these drivers following him coming into the Camel Straight. But yeah, Electroshock really well done so far. We'll have to see whether they can do anything more. Eric Gregis now, though, is also battling here for P10 with Kenneth Loskalus and Amethyst the VTuber in tow. It seems that Eric Gregis has made up the position. He's driving the Bentley right now, which I believe he has driven the Bentley in the past, also at Spa. So that is a nice throwback there. Also lovely to see the big 22 on the top of the roof there. Oh, getting very close to Kenneth Loskalus in the braking zone, but Kenneth is able to defend the position for now.
In the Porsche sandwich, the Uma Musume Porsche sandwich as they call it.
Do they? Oh boy. I wouldn't want to be in that position right now. The Porsches might not be the best in a straight line at all times. However, they are very good at accelerating out of corners, and they are very light.
Oh,
you're trying to go for a gap that doesn't exist.
No! And Eric Gregan is shoved off the track. Has to take the detour, and there's a Mustang off the track in the background as well.
Oh, that is Zero Alexander, I do believe.
Wait, Zero Alexander having a... Oh God, that's pretty good.
It was a very good run so far from Zero Alexander. Unfortunately, getting caught up there in losing control. What that means, however, is that we still have the battle for P4 here, where Haxalotl Obitsa is trying to defend it from Electroshock.
Electroshock's really close, though.
Absolutely, trying to go for a move as soon as possible. This is the second of the Czech drivers. I say the second because Eric Regis has been here first, but it looks right now that Electroshock is being the dominant force for the Czech drivers here, and is getting really close to going for a move into P4. The best of the rest, as we say, because Ruben Ekamata, Ometom, and Midnight Hurricane have already made up quite a gap.
Midnight Hurricane! That was not gonna happen.
Oh, that was a bit too much slipstream, I think.
That was a little bit too ambitious from her side.
But did go towards the outside, did not try to go for a move wisely in this situation, and well, the order stays the same for now, as we see that Isaac Umbris is caught back up to Electroshock now. And this is now a situation that Electroshock didn't want to be in. It would have been better to go for the move, overtake Ubica as soon as possible before Isaac Umbris can catch back up, because now Electroshock has to worry about behind as well. That's going to be a challenge.
Indeed. But the McLaren pretty good at Spa. The Mercedes not so much. As we see right here, Electroshock already catching back up pretty quickly to Ubica here.
Yeah, that is on the straight, which is a real strength for the 720S Evo as we see it here. However, in these flowing sections here that are upcoming, it might be the M4 having a bit of an upper hand. We will have to see. And of course, even though he's in a Mercedes, it is Isaac Umbris who we are talking about. So I don't think there's much of a disadvantage to be talked about. If he gets an option to go for a move, he will do it.
Indeed, Isaac Umbris. Pretty cursed track for him along with Brands Hatch as he claims. But looks like he's doing particularly well right now. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
That was a risky thing to say. If anything happens to Isaac Umbris in the rest of the race, we know who's at fault.
We know who cast the curse. Indeed.
Absolutely. But yeah, Electroshock, very good, keeping up with Axolotl Ubica, catching up even. The slipstream now really doing wonders, going to the outside though, faking to the outside, moving to the inside, but not close enough for Electroshock. Axolotl Ubica though
goes
breaking themselves. That is the chance that Electroshock has been waiting for. The move has been made. Electroshock is now in P4, and wow, does not have to worry about Isaac Umbris anymore, but Axolotl Ubica suddenly finds themselves in the position to have to defend and attack at the same time. Really not an envious position.
Oh, there's the rear camera.
There we go. There's certainly... Ah, look at that. M4 coming close. The sniffer, the big sniff.
Oh, the big sniffer goes spinning. Oh, no.
It seemed that it sniffed a bit too hard, which means that Axolotl Ubica, who has been so handsomely in P4 previously, is now... Where are they? Down in P9? 8?
I think P8. And that's
battling it out now.
Passing them now, and yeah.
If we know one thing of Kenneth Losgelust is they're not gonna forgo an opportunity. It's even to stay in front of a driver that has more pace in this combination. So Kenneth Losgelust is not gonna prove an easy opponent for Axolotl Ubica. They will have to work for this move.
And with this being an all-out overall race, no splits this time for the first round anyway. Losgelust has all the rights to do this.
Well, it's not like we have anything in the rules that prevents inter-split fighting, so technically it doesn't change anything. Practically, though, there is a bit of a difference, but there is also a difference in pace, it seems right now. Difference in straight line speed, but how is the line going to be a bit off the curb there? That might have been an invalidated lap. It was for Ubica. Might have been a track limit warning here. Also outbraking themselves once again. It seems that Ubica is a bit struggling right now, breaking into the bus stop. But yeah, back into P8 for Ubica, as we see David Gameplay right now being followed by Savage EJ. The 64 battling the 4, and there's a huge battle right behind that as well between Aino Kirihara, Ian the Terrible, and Alex Zero Alexander following that.
Kirihara starting from the pits is now in the points.
Absolute. Well, yeah, the provisional points. If we look at this structure that we have right now, that is correct. And that left also Aino and Ian the Terrible being very close to one another. But we'll have to see. Ryoma Kirihara definitely able to make up a few more positions. Psycho Kaiser as well up into P19 already from the pits. So these drivers that we have gotten to know so well over the seasons are doing well indeed after a bad start. Well, from the pits, anyways. That's an easy overtake by Ryoma Kirihara there. Immediately going to the inside of EJ, but getting very close there to a collision between the two. Let's take a look. EJ is not going to give that up easily, but it looks like Ryoma easily made the overtake stick anyways through whatever that corner's name is. That's the one corner that changes names like every few years. Might have a new name now as well, once again.
Bruxelles?
Well, potentially. I know it is Speaker's Corner, but yeah.
Well, we have Los Galus again though, and this time they're fighting an NX6. That's a lap NX6, so not really fighting anybody.
Yeah, that is a lap NX6. You are absolutely correct. We do have a battle though, including our writer for P20 right now. Oh, the NS6 is really battling as well.
Writer, yes, let's watch the writer.
This is the battle for P20 overall right now. We have Deathplay followed by Ivano, followed by Neko Kitten and Imetric Zanes also watching that. But the pink writer is right in the middle of it and trying to defend from Neko Kitten in the 720S Evo while attacking the 992 up ahead. Oh, look at the pace advantage that the Gallardo is getting into the corner, into the bus stop chicane. Beautiful line there by Ivano, trying to go for a bit of a better exit. It did not really work. The acceleration of the 992 has out-accelerated the writer so far. We're going into Las Source. Let's take a look. Is there any chance? It's a bit of a wider entry line for Ivano, but he did have to go off the gas mid-corner, which really hampered his exit. But we'll have to see. Maybe around the Camel Straight there will be something. A beautiful line up the hill. A bit of a twitch there, it seems, in the middle of the corner. But still, the exit seems better than Death Player Enters. This might be the attack that we have been looking for. But there's also the McLaren 720S right behind, and we know that is a straight line beast. But the writer as well is going to the inside.
Oh, the writer gets spun! No! No!
Heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak here. Neko Kitten as well taken out in all of this. That means they are now with Luna Liupo right now battling. So lost a few positions in all of this. And if this VTuber in the meanwhile is in a better position.
With Los Galus,
followed by Los Galus.
Los Galus has had an incident. So that's why Amethyst is ahead. But we shall see the two Hans as they say, Porsches battling each other.
Well, that means though as well that Amethyst of VTuber is actually in P10 right now, which also means that the Bentley of Eric Regis is in P9. Beautiful driving by the two. Sometimes it's just about being in the right position at the right time. Unfortunately for Los Galus, it seemed to have involved an incident with him. However, they are still battling. Los Galus has not given up, and Savage EJ is also defending from Aino, it seems.
Really good start from Aino, though. To ACC. I know she's pretty new to ACC, so that's already pretty damn good.
Yeah, also a pretty good start in the race. Qualified 9 positions down from where she is headed right now. So beautiful drive so far by Aino.
Yeah, you love to see the new VTubers flourish. Oh, we gotta listen to that Lexus though. Hold on. Oh, that was
That-
that was almost a spin. Good side.
It is not easy getting used to a new sim. Selena Aino really doing a good job right now attuning to it, but being followed now by Zero Alexander and Ian the Terrible, who are comparably seasoned in ACC, and the Mustang. Well, the Mustang is the Mustang, so
Well,
there is going to not be the hardest, well, not be the easiest, the simplest challenge.
Zero Alexander was also last season's champion in AM.
True. And that was also in the Mustang. So, yeah, Zero Alexander not going to go down without a fight. Selena Aino, you better buckle your seat if you haven't already. If you haven't already, you probably shouldn't be racing. Well, luckily we're not on the real track. Otherwise, the stewards would have a bit of a word now. Just constructed this entire story in my head as we see Omet Om right now. It seems that there are a few gaps forming at the top of the ranks. Ruben Ekumata currently 3.7 seconds ahead of Omet Om. Omet Om is 2.6 seconds ahead of Midnight Hurricane, and Midnight Hurricane is just shy of 11 seconds ahead of Electroshock. So it looks to be like they are settling into the rhythm right now, which may or may not be bad for Omet Om and Midnight Hurricane, because if this is the normal rhythm of all of them, well, that's going to be a bad time for Omet Om and Midnight Hurricane, because they will not be able to catch up under normal circumstances.
Let's look at this AM battle again though. Roy to the Porsche, the NXX, and now a McLaren.
Absolutely. The now only Austrian on the grid, Def Preenter, currently on board with him as he's forwarding and getting very close and touching the rider there. Oh boy, that was a bit late on the brakes, potentially aided by a bit of a slipstream. Lost the position now to Luna Lupo and having to overtake them all over again. Neko Kitten is also right behind that. And we know that Neko Kitten has pace, has really good pace here up Eau Rouge Radillon, and is probably looking to go for a move. Oh my, this is going close. This is getting close. The McLaren is moving to the inside. The Porsche has to defend, but is not able to move to the inside again. But brakes way too late. Brakes way too late.
Again into Lacoons. Way too late. Braking. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Well, that's the thing. You want to outbrake one another, and sometimes you just miss the braking point because of that. It happened in this situation, but this is not going to be the last time it ever happens to anyone. Death Preenter losing out 2 positions because of that, and now the battle is between Neko Kitten and Luna Lupo, but also between Ian the Terrible and Psycho Kaiser. Psycho Kaiser is, of course, on the charge from starting in the pits early on in the race, and is now looking to make up positions, is very close to his fellow Lexus driver from South Africa, Psycho Kaiser. Let's take a look what he can do. Is this going to be enough at the end of the straight to go for a move into the bus stop chicane? We'll have to see. Ian the Terrible looking like taking very good momentum through a fast-paced section, getting very close here to Zero Alexander. Very good on the brakes by Ian the Terrible. And Zero Alexander are struggling here on that exit. That is going to be a potential for Ian the Terrible to actually go for a move. Will it be enough to move side by side? It doesn't look like it right in a very defensive line though by Zero Alexander as well. Almost coming together with David Gameplay. But Zero Alexander losing out the position now. That was too much of a defensive line by the reigning AM champion. Unfortunately losing both of these positions. Well, Ian the Terrible and Psycho Kaiser now made all of that up. And as we can see, we also have the first of the mandatory pits being done. I think we just saw Ubi Diaz doing his, and currently Death Player Enter just moved in. But Psycho Kaiser is fully attacking Ian the Terrible right now, going for the inside. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not, but Ian the Terrible outbreaking himself. Once again, I said earlier this would not be the last time we would see this. It happened once again. Ian the Terrible this time outbreaking himself under attack from Psycho Kaiser, who is immediately on the attack once again on David Gameplay. What is going on? David Gameplay is now really under pressure right up ahead. And Psycho Kaiser has made the move stick already.
Jojo was asking why Psycho and Ryoman start is so down low. They started from the pit, that's why.
They did start from the pits, exactly, which was not because of forgetting to press drive. They did get reset during the warm-up lap, both of them. So yeah. We don't know exactly what happened there, whether they spun out and failed to catch up in time, or whether something else entirely happened. In any case, both of them did start all the way down and are now quite a ways up already. Remind you, we're only 24 minutes into this race. Psycho Kai is already in P16, and Ryoma Kirihara already in P11. Biggie Hugs, however, is defending. Well, this is a BMW on BMW battle. Biggie Hugs right now in front of the M4, the M6 versus the M4 as well.
Oh, Biggie Hugs going a little bit twitchy though. Ubica might get the overspeed here.
Oh, this is a very defensive battle. Yeah, that is the defensive line taken by Biggie Hugs here. And Ubica moves to the outside, which is totally his right to do. What will the line be for Biggie Hugs? Not the best, but it seems like Ubica cannot make any moves stick here. No, there's to stay behind. And yeah, this is the defense. This is a beautiful defense here. A bit aggressive, but all within the law right now. Biggie Hugs, beautiful defending here in the M6 from Axolotl Ubica.
To be fair, that M6 is quite big.
It's a thick boy.
We do have G-Fox here though, battling. Oh, I think they're lapping a car.
Yeah, it seems
Ian
to
the
be
Terrible though, and Zero Alexander. Ian the Terrible just got Zero Alexander right here, finally not outbreaking themselves.
Well done on that overtake. It's now David Gameplay's turn to have to defend from Ian the Terrible. There's just a bit of time between the two now, but it looks like there is a chance for Ian the Terrible to actually catch up here and go for the move. There is still a bit of distance to be gained here, though.
Yeah, of course.
And I think Kenneth Loskalust has had another issue because Eric Regis is now much closer to him than he was previously.
Yeah, I saw they had another yellow flag somewhere. Not sure where, but somewhere. And now Eric Regis behind them in the Bentley, your favorite.
Absolutely. Beautiful to see that. Beautiful to see Eric Regis back, the Bentley back. Both of them back. As I think we just saw Ryoma Kihara move into the pits. There's going to be for the mandatory pit stop there. The third person taking the mandatory pit stop, I think Ivano is also in, and Kian Fry as well. Biggie Hugs, however, is still defending. Axolotl Ubica, after qualifying so well, only down in P8 now, and will want to make up a few more positions to get back up to where they think they belong.
Yes. Oh, a little bit of lag there for whatever reason, but yes, we still see the BMW civil war happening right now.
If the M4 is the big sniff, is the M6 the small sniff?
They're trading sniff for size, the actual car size. The M4 has big sniff, but it's smaller than the M6.
But it does have the big sniff.
Yeah, so it has better sniffing capabilities.
Wow. We're getting into the BMW lore here. Didn't think that we would ever do that. The sniffing capabilities up 20%. That stonks.
Yes, Cody, it is not a standard livery, the GTWC thingy, because we are allowing carbon-based liveries this season. Oh, that's a car speeding right there. I think that was Ravioli.
Yeah, Ravioli really having a bad time today.
Let's see.
And there's a drive-through for Key and Fry as well. So
speeding in the pit lane.
But let's take a look. Yeah, but let's take a look at this first. We have Ravioli here, exiting the corner now. Following closely. Oh, trying to avoid or evade the Porsche, I do believe, and getting the car unsettled in the meantime.
Yeah, the NXX, not the most stable car in the world. We all know that. As we see the would-be pro-class drivers hitting in as well.
Oh yeah, we've Axolotl Ibiza in the pits, G-Fox Foxington in the pits. And this is a long pit lane, so that is going to be especially bad for anyone getting a penalty like Key and Fry. Because it is a huge pit line. It has the endurance pits, so basically that's double the length of any of the other pit lanes.
Serving the penalty now, it seems.
Yeah, unfortunate for Kian, but it is a learning process, and Kian now is learning that you shouldn't speed in the pits.
Yep.
Other drivers, pay attention as well.
Do not change it to second gear unless you're in the M2.
Oh yeah, the M2 tops out at like 49, doesn't it?
Yep.
Right. Yeah, we have Electroshock here being closely followed by Isaac Umbris. This is the battle for P4. And Midnight Hurricane is now pitting, as we all see as well, right ahead of this battle. So it seems like we're coming into the pitting session as Electroshock also diving in. Isaac Umbris staying out, trying to overcut Electroshock here. We'll have to see whether that works out. But Isaac Umbris now, because of these two pittings, up into P3.
Yep. P3 for Isaac Umbris provisionally, as Biggie Hugs also not pitting. We know Biggie likes to go long on the strategy, as seen in Zolder last season, I think.
Yeah, there are a handful of examples where we saw that. It is also a strategy that I tend to take. I want to say this is a Bentley driver strategy, but Biggie Hugs has betrayed the Bentley Owners Club. Yeah, dealing here with Key and Fry. Back marker right now, a lap down. So yeah, easily done, simply done in this situation. I also will have to mention we're starting to go into the lapping part of the race, as Rubinek Kumata, who is currently in the lead as well, is also facing regular lapping of other drivers already. So, for example, right up ahead of Rubinek Kumata is the car number 17, which is Hexalotl Ibiza at the moment after having pit in P20. But that does still mean that Rubinek Kumata is a lap up. So if the blue flags appear, Hexalotl Ibiza has to safely get out the way, but not in like an F1 manner, more like slightly going to the outside. It's not going to come to that, though. Ruben Nakamoto diving into the pits right now. We'll have to see Umet Orm also doing it right behind that, also going into the pits. So that's going to be interesting. We'll have to see where they come out in relation to one another. Of course, Midnight Hurricane has already pit, and now these two are pitting. We'll have to see also whether Isaac Umbris is now going to pit, or whether he is... Yeah, he's going to pit. Okay, fair enough. No lead change there at the moment. Who's the next one? Zula Kihara. Not going to the pits. Zula Kihara wants them lead kilometers, and he's getting them lead kilometers one way or another.
Yep, he wants a taste of leading the race again after Laguna Seca last season. It seems.
I mean, totally warranted. I always want that as well.
In the Lexus as well.
What a sight to behold.
Let's hear some Lexus noises again.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That is
beautiful.
some Lexus noises. Absolutely lovely. But yeah, we'll have to see how long Zula Kihara can hold out here, as we should now soon see Ruben Ekamata and Omet Orm exit the pits, potentially. We'll have to see where they come out in relation to Midnight Hurricane.
What's happened to...
Oh,
that's a very open bonnet.
Oh yeah, that is something that is easily done. Probably getting unsettled up Eau Rouge Radio, and this is where sim racing gets better than real racing. It's much safer. But Key and Fry, yeah, he's resetting the pits. Understandable. There was quite some damage, but the leaders are out of the pits. The previous leaders, where are they? Ruben Ekamata is ahead, quite ahead of Ometom. Wow, quite a lot ahead of Ometom, actually. Getting quite a lot of time. Ometom only, like, 5 seconds down?
I think Omet had repaired a little bit of damage, or maybe got moved in the pits.
Oh, that might also be the case. But yeah, Ruben Ekamata now having to contend with traffic, which is technically not traffic. It's actually drivers who are on the same lap now. Had to overtake Psycho Kaiser there, for example. Omet Orm will also have the same fate. Is currently right behind a back marker, I do believe. Ivano as well in the mix here, 24th position right now. Having to get out of the way of a few drivers for being a lap down. But there's a huge pack of drivers in the pits right now, with Zero Alexander, Amanjik Zanes, Neko Kitchen, and Tals the 14th. And Zula Kihara also pitting, did get a full lead lap, it seems. But Biggie Hugs is now taking over that. We have Biggie Hugs in the M6 in the overall lead.
Yes. You've never seen that since Old Guards.
No. And I didn't think I would ever see it again. Well done, Biggie, on doing that.
Well,
achieving that thing.
The last time an M6 was on the overall podium, I actually did it at Paul Ricard.
Nice.
So maybe Biggie can do it again.
But yeah, Kernes, Los Galos, and then Mephisto VTuber are also in the pits right now. So most of the standard order is going to be reinstated right now, except for Biggie Hugs. The Ruby Nekomata getting back into P2 now. And Psycho Kaiser also still staying out for now. So yeah, trying to mix a bit amongst the top drivers, it seems, right now. But yeah, Ruby Nekomata having had a very good pit stop. 8 seconds ahead, 9 seconds ahead of Omet Orm. And Midnight Hurricane, 4.5 seconds down on Omet Orm as well right now. It seems that Ruby Nakamata is all the way back in action.
Indeed, Rubo Nekotakwa, as they say, in the lead right now, comfortably in the Samantha 10 Racing BMW M4. Just lapping, I think that was Ino right there. And we see Biggie Hugs as well, trundling along. Will he get one lead lap? I think he will. Yes, he's
Staying
gonna
out.
get one lead lap. He's staying out.
I mean, might even get 2 in the end. He's 47 seconds ahead of Ruben Nekumata. So if you complete your lead lap in the pits, you also had a complete lead lap. Let me be clear. That's the way how Sula Kihara did it, and that's how Biggie might get 2 now.
Midnight
A Midnight
Hurricane.
Hurricane.
Down in net P4, it seems. No, net
Yeah.
P3. Net P3 because there's
Net
2 cars.
3, yeah. And also, Omet Om is rapidly catching Psycho Kaiser. We'll have to see whether Psycho Kaiser goes into the pits right now, or whether we will have a battle on our hands.
Indeed.
Take a look. Is Psycho Kaiser pulling off? No! Staying out. So it might be that Omet Om will have to do a bit of battling here in order to, well, overtake Psycho Kaiser and then be able to further try and catch up to Ruby Nekomata.
So spanning the works here, that Lexus.
But Ian the Terrible now in the pits.
And Zul is completing his outlap as well. I know he's in the pits.
Yeah, and Omet Om is getting really close to Psycho Kaiser now. It seems that Omet Om is already getting stuck behind the Lexus here, but Psycho Kaiser does not have to yield the position and will not do it. But Omet Om will just make way on the outside. Around the outside, Omet Om goes. Oh, if you don't make space for me, I will make space for me, is what Omet Om probably thought in that situation.
The Audi also just has way more mechanical grip than that Lexus, so it kind of makes sense. Wait, is that Midnight Hurricane in the background? It is Midnight Hurricane.
Oh yeah, Midnight Hurricane is just like 4 seconds down. Well, but that's closer now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's closer
Oh,
than
it's 4 seconds down on Omet Om, but yeah, 1.5 seconds down on Psycho Kaiser right now. So there might be another move coming. We also have a battle for P20 right now between Luna Lipo and Ivano. And it seems like Neko Kitten is also getting close to that, approaching that. Oh, well, a bit behind still, but the Gallardo, let's take a look at the straight line. I mean, we have the Honda NSX Evo and the Gallardo here. Those are 2 very quick cars in a straight line. Of course, the Gallardo, because it has no downforce, and the NSX, well, because it's the NSX.
Well, the NSX is actually pretty crap on the straight. Oh, what? You're not making that corner, Ivano, if you're doing that. And Luna Leopold, what? Why is Luna going to the pits? Yeah. What?
Well, but she's not the only one. Luna Lipo going to the pits. We saw another driver entering the pit stop. That was Psycho Kaiser. Okay, that was for the mandatory pit stop. Understandable. But yeah, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
That solves everything, I guess, for now.
That solves everything, at least for Ivano, who is now up into P20 after, well, making up that position.
You just see how much that Reuter has to lift through Aruj and Radion. That thing has no downforce.
Yeah, that might be something fixable via setups, but there are few setup wizards who can make the Reuter very good. And one of them, a previous driver in tracc.eu events, Mike Deeringer, is not racing actively with us at the moment. So the setup probably hasn't come from him.
He's now
I think-
managing writer engineering esports. So that's good. I think I heard.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, looks like Fry has had a little problem here. Is now reversing.
Okay.
Luckily not onto the track, but that was a little bit sus.
Which brings me to the to an idea for a bit of content, a guide for all of the runoffs where to rejoin.
Ooh, some
That-
YouTube content.
That could be an idea. Yeah, absolutely.
Biggie
Alexa, write that
Hugs.
down.
Biggie Hugs still not pitting.
Biggie Hacks still staying out. I mean, technically, Biggie Hacks can stay out until 5 minutes left on the clock. Well, thereabouts. Has to get to the pit stall in time. I think to the pit stall in time, or on pit entry. I'm not sure.
Yeah, pit stall. I think it's pit stall. Do the pit stop.
In any
time.
case, Biggie Hugs can probably do a bunch more laps if he has enough fuel.
Well, that M6 absolutely chucks fuel though, so that might be an issue. Looks like there has been an issue with Neko Kitten. Oh no 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 no.
That's not a
No.
good situation to spin out, especially facing the wall there. Luckily, no one in the way there at the moment, so could safely rejoin. Savage EJ, though, is being challenged by Psycho Kaiser. After the pits now, Psycho Kaiser still having to make up a few more positions.
Where is Ryoma Kihara for that matter? P9.
Yeah, but looks to be in no man's land at the moment.
Yeah.
9 seconds behind Obitsa, 15 seconds ahead of Kenneth Loskelust. Yeah, this seems like a
Hot lap.
This seems like a P9 finale at the moment for Kirihara.
Looks like a hot lapping session.
Absolutely. However, Psycho Kaiser does not want to make it a hot lapping session for himself because he's right on the rear of Savage EJ. Savage EJ, of course, the American driving for Grip Runners, will have to make do with Psycho Kaiser, who is a very experienced driver, but has not been so active in recent times, in ACC especially.
And also a controller driver.
Still, wow.
Me and Psycho Kaiser make up the
Ooh.
controller gang in tracc.eu.
Oh, that was close. Sorry to break, but that was so close on exit. And Psycho Kaiser just, well, I think Savage EJ just letting off the gas there. Does not want to make it two side by side. As Ivano now lets Isaac Umbras pass. Yeah, that's how to let people pass in GT3s. That's a pretty good example there. Well done. Pretty easy, pretty simple.
So no
As
battle
Death
here
player
though.
Enter is defending from Neko Kitten. Yeah, we saw Neko Kitten earlier. Spun around, was following Ivano earlier, now behind Death player Enter. We know Neko Kitten has pace for more, but would have to overtake Enter for that. It's not easy to overtake a Porsche.
And Zero Alexander also contending with... I think that's a lap car.
Yeah, that is the Ford Mustang of Ubi Diaz, I do believe. So yeah,
Let's go back to
Neko
this
Kitten
one.
losing grounds. Oh wow! Actually, did Neko Kitten lose a position there? No, did not lose a position. There's a blue flag up ahead. But a blue flag that is unlapping themselves. Who might that be?
Loskelus and Ubitsia.
Oh no, it's a BMW that's lapping them. Obitsa is lapping them. I see. Yeah, that makes more sense. Ryoma Kirihara, though, is very close to Biggie Hugs now. It seems that something has happened to Biggie Hugs. Well, he pits. That's what happened.
Yeah, fair enough. But we are going to see Oreo versus Technoburst here. Oh no, there's been an incident again with Luna Lupo and Ravioli, it seems. Let's see what happened here.
Was that Ruby Nekomatsu also going wide there? Or was that... No, Ruby Nekomatsu nowhere near. It's the Mercedes here of Savage EJ, yeah.
Oh!
Oh! And, yeah. But there's Ruby Nekomatsu coming up to this. And having to take evasive actions, it seems. But yeah, it was not enough for Ometom to make any meaningful progress towards Ruby Nekomatsu. There's still 8 seconds between them, and Midnight Hurricane is actually losing ground to Ometom. Now also almost being 8 seconds behind Ometom in the meantime. So it seems like Ruby Nekomatsu still safely in the lead for now.
Midnight Hurricane's in a bunch of traffic though.
Well, that's Key and Fry getting out of the way, I believe. Yeah, the traffic. Traffic is really one of the major things that all of these drivers have to contend with at the moment. Well, most of them anyways. There are a bunch of battles on track. For example, there are a few battles down the line here, for example, between Selena Aino, who's being overtaken by Ubi Diaz into Double Gosh. This is usually not a place to overtake, and they come together. However, it seems that Ubi Diaz has made it stick ahead of Selena Aino.
Indeed. But this also, I think, that's Sir Alexander coming to lap them behind, I think.
Whatever the case, they are still battling. They are a lap down from pretty much the rest of the grid. However, it's still a battle for pride here. Yeah, there's Sir Alexander. I do believe.
Biggie Hugs.
Biggie Hugs, though, having to defend from Ryoma Kirihara. The battle of the Oceasians. Can I say that? I mean, they're in a very close time zone to one another. That's what I meant to say.
I don't know the word for that either. I think there's Australasian. Yes, Australasian. Yes. There we go.
Australasian. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. The Australasian battle here going on for P8 between Biggie Hugs and Ryoma Kirihara. We'll have to see who has the upper hand in the end. But if Biggie Hugs manages to stay ahead in the M6, that really truly speaks to his skills here. Ryoma Kirihara, though, well, we'll have to see what he can do. Having had a nightmare of a race at TGT last week, maybe he can save a bit here, save a bit of face.
Oh yeah, I saw
overtaking
everything.
Biggie Hugs.
I saw everything in the TGT race. That was absolute chaos.
It was, and we see here McLaren getting out of the way without any issue. I think that was Nico Kitten. Yes, must have been.
Yes, it's only
But yeah,
two
it
McLarens.
Yeah, but it seems that Biggie Hugs now managed to make quite a gap here, overshooting though on the exit of Radion.
It's a track limit warning with an adenoid Italian man screaming at him, "Stay on the goddamn track."
Probably. For now, though, what we have to take into account is that, well, Biggie Hugs is just quite a way ahead of Ryoma Kirihara now. Ryoma Kirihara has to catch up all over again. Will try it and is currently in progress of doing that. But will it work? And after that as well, will he managed to overtake.
Zhu though, P6.
There's also a battle. No, there's no battle here.
No, I just want to say Zhu was P6.
That is fair enough. Zula Kihara, just a few seasons ago, won the AM Championship. Now is in P6 overall. What a rise by Zula Kihara, and in the Lexus as well.
There has been an incident at the bus stop. It looks like Aino was involved. We're gonna see what happened here.
Aino and Kian Fry both seem to be negatively affected here to the max. Let's take a look. Kian Fry pretty alone right here. Selena Aino just coming in way quicker than Kian Fry. And Aino just wants to...
Well,
waited there for a second, but then went on their merry way. This is an unfortunate situation, and the stewards, i.e., I do believe me, I think I'm stewarding this here, will have a look at this in the aftermath. This is going to be, I think this is going to be a bit of a difficult one, as we see iMetric Saints currently being lapped by 2 cars. iMetric Saints as well, having been a racer for a very long time here at Tracc.eu. One of the first ones, actually, as Kian Fry is now in the pits.
yes. Yeah, Mr. Clips, Mr. VTuber Racing Clips, or Racing VTuber Clips, rather, has been here for a while.
That is Mentrix Zanes. Of course, has been here, I think, since the first ever season of VTuber Racing. Really one of the first ones, which was still on Race Room, with VTuber Le Mans. When... Yeah. Well, I believe I won the GT3 class on that, because it was a mixed championship between VTubers and sim racers.
Oh god, that's another horse car. I guess Bagu's really going with the horse team this season.
It seems they are. Well, we don't have UMA Motorsports anymore, so I guess there needs to be some other UMA representation now on the grid.
Speaking of UMA, we have Midnight Hurricane still in P3 healthily. That's pretty nice.
The reminders of UMA, for those who don't know, some of the team rebranded into X-Ring, which is run by Hurricane, I believe still, yeah.
And now Hurricane is in Chinese F4 and has X-Ring decals on her car, I think. That's pretty nice. Pretty nice story.
Yeah. From sim to real racing. It is possible, everyone.
Indeed, it is possible. See Electroshock here still in P5. Isaac Umbras healthily in P4. I think Isaac started P6 or 5. I don't know. We'll have to see later. But yeah, Isaac Umbras P4, that's really good.
It starts in P5, made up 1 position, so that, yeah, it is good. It is well done by Isaac Umbras. Well done as well by Electroshock and Zula Kihara. Both of them made up 3 positions to be where they are right now. And Savage EJ, I have to mention as well, in P15, made up 7 positions to where he is right now.
Yeah. And we have Ian the Terrible, just lapping Ravioli right now. Ravioli not really having a good race. And the other NXX in the form of David Gameplay having a quiet debut, it seems. But it's better to be safe than to try and take shots that you're gonna miss anyway.
I know a few basketballers who would disagree with that, saying you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. But anyways, in this situation, there's a bit more safety involved. You don't want to unnecessarily hurt other people, especially once driving on
Cycle
a direct drive
Kaiser
wheel.
got a
Cycle Kaiser
drive-through!
has got a drive-through penalty.
Track limit! Oh, I think that was track limits through Eau Rouge and Radillion. Oh no!
Oh, that's so easily done on Spa. And that is horrible. That is really horrible. As I said earlier, this is one of the longest pit lanes. Well, this is the longest pit lane, singular, absolutely, in ACC. It's incredibly long, and this is going to cost an incredible amount of time to Psycho Kaiser.
But
now, he has two options to do at this point. Either he takes it, or he just drives all the way to the end. Can also do that. Then he will just get a time penalty post-race.
well, fun fact, proportionally, Spa doesn't have the longest pit lane. It's actually Indy.
Yeah, who cares about proportions? It is a horribly long pit lane. It is the longest in terms of the time you take driving through it.
You lose like 1.5 minutes.
So yeah, it's up to Psycho Kaiser to either take it or not, and just take a time penalty instead. Rubinek Komata is coming up behind right now, it seems. So Psycho Kaiser will have to do something. There will be blue flags coming up right now, but for now we are on board with Ian the Terrible.
I think that's Ubi Diaz in the wall. What has happened there?
Oh, that's unfortunate. Let's take a look at the replay. Ubi is also not having the best of races today. So far, still alone. There is a green Mustang right behind.
Oh, Zero Alexander,
yeah.
no! Oh, right on the track as well, causing an evasive action. Luckily, I think UBD has held his brakes. That's pretty good.
Right, man. Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
You heard the man. Final lap from Rumi Nekomata now.
And there was just a yellow flag for Savage EJ and Ian the Terrible as well. So there was something more going on there. But yeah, Ruby Nakamata commanding lead throughout the race, driving off in the beginning, driving off early, and keeping it steady in the lead. What's a race so far by Ruby Nakamata? 8 seconds ahead of Ahmet Orm right now, and well, 15 seconds further down is Midnight Hurricane at the moment, who seem to have been involved in an issue as well.
But that's still a podium.
It's absolutely still a podium, yeah.
Ivano! The writer! What happened? No, I think he lost it through Blanchimont. Oh no! No!
Oh yeah, that might be the case. Taking a bit too much curb on the inside can unsettle the suspension, especially in these older cars. That is easily done. But yeah, Ivano will come around now to start his last lap as well. And Psycho Kaiser seems to have decided to drive it out, the penalty. But Rubinek Komata is truly the driver that has shown very strong consistency today. Arguably the best consistency.
She is
and
the
best
driver
pace.
of all time.
Definitely one of them, yes.
Well, let's watch the onboard for the final little section here. Through Blanchimont, heading towards the bus stop, we will see the Sven on top again. As we see Ruby Nekomata going through the bus stop, heading towards the finish line. The main straight right here, checker flag waving right there, and Ruby Nekomata has won the first round of Vtracc Season 25-3. Well done to her. Ahmet Ohm has just finished P2 as well. And Midnight Hurricane is rounding out the bus stop as well to take P3.
Absolutely. A very good finish from the top three, commanding the podium today throughout all of the stages of quali and the race. Beautiful by all three of them. Isaac Umbris will be coming around now for finishing in P4. and Electroshock also coming up soon here, directly behind. That is David Gameplay here, who is a lap down and finishing in P70. Zula Kihara, now P6. Wonderful achievement
Hello,
by
viewers.
the AM champion a few seasons ago. Ubica finishing in P7 after qualifying in P4. Still a strong finish. Biggie Hugs coming up in P8 with the M6, the front runner of the old cars, the old guards, one might say. And Ryoma Kirihara has no fuel anymore.
Oh yeah, that car is completely silent. He might need a little bit of pushing.
Kenneth Losgelöst. Where is Kenneth Losgelöst? It's passed. It's already passed. Eric Gregis is also passed now. Amethysta VTube might also make it past. Is on the beginning of the fast section here. Oh, this is going to be very close. Will Ryoma Kirihara make it? Probably clutch in right now, trying to just make it towards the end of it.
Come
Oh,
on.
Amethysta's coming up though. Amethysta. Slight push there. Will it be enough? Amethysta VTube is coming right behind here.
Come on! Come
Amethysta
on!
also overtook that Ryoma Kirihara
No!
lost a few positions. Will he
No!
make it?
I don't think he will. I don't think he will. No! No! The line's right there.
Oh,
You
that
can
is
see it.
so close.
The line's right there. You can see it. The line is right there. Oh no!
Well, let's check back. We have Ruby Nekomata. Now it's going into the pits. No. Ruby Nekomata's coming. Come on. Push. No. Don't do donuts. Push him.
Push him to the finish. Come on, Ruby.
Ruby is literally
Ruby
flexing
is
on
BMing.
Ryoma here.
Ruby is BMing so hard. Oh god. Oh, there we go. That's the push. Come on.
That is bad manners though.
Oh, that is so BM. Oh god. Oh god.
That is the height of bad manners by our winner, Ruby Nekomata. Everyone, stand up from your seats.
Boo.
And react to that. I will not say how to react to that, but react to that.
Ruby Nekomata turned heel, as the pro wrestling fans might say.
So yeah, this was the first round of Vtracc. What a race! And what a finish for it all. Thank you all so much for watching. We will be back with Vtracc in 2 weeks. And next week we will be back with TGT and KCG. You can sign up to both of these championships still by going to tracc.eu/Discord, which is the link to our Discord server, where you can find all of the further information for signing up, as well as we are in desperate need for a bit of financial support. So if you can, please support our Patreon. The link is in the description as well as on our Discord. But yes, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, Song, for being here with me, broadcasting this race and also co-commentating it with me. It has been a wonderful race. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you on the racetrack.
At least I got the prediction right. Ruby did win. Anyway, yes, we are ending the stream now, so